Hello, y'all. How are y'all doing? Hi, my beauty pies. See, I love that y'all coming back to the next episode and the next episode and the next episode. I'm gonna clap it up for y'all. I love y'all. I'm gonna clap it up for y'all because first of all, y'all are being so consistent, and I just love that, and it makes me feel like this is what I'm called to do. So I thank y'all so much for just sticking with me, being here with me, and subscribing and liking and commenting. I need y'all to like, and I need y'all to comment, and I need y'all to subscribe to the channel. Y'all know I like to subscribe to But so today we will be talking about something that is very essential for literally every walks of life, like literally. We will be talking about preparation. So preparation is so vital. It's so vital. And I think I want to start off today with a testimony. I know it's different, but I think God has shifted me to do different things. So today I'm gonna start off with testimony. So the reason I got to where I'm at in my life is because I had a series of things that happened in my life to draw me nearer to God. And like I said, this podcast steams from God because we're gonna lift Him up. Okay, so. With that being said, y'all, I was once married and I got a divorce. And I think that was the most devastating time of my life. Not only did I get a divorce, but I had a baby. And before I got a divorce, I had my baby. After getting pregnant, we got a divorce because, things wasn't just right with what we both was agreeing with. So I believe after the divorce, I experienced this, it was devastating. It was like this devastating fall. It was it was a devastating fall that literally drove me to first of all, at first I was like numb. I did not know what I was feeling, but I believe my pastor, he preached about grief. And I believe I was in a space of grieving at the point of the divorce, and also my life changing as a married person with no children to now a single person with a child, And so it changed the trajectory of my life, literally. And so with that being said, God, he was speaking to me. He's like, so this stuff is about to get real different for you. But while it's getting different for you, I still need you to prepare for the future, right? So it was so weird because I'm like, okay, God, this ain't sounding right. So I'm at this devastating fall and God is still telling me to prepare for the future. A devastating fall. Hear me. I was at a devastating fall, but he still told me prepare for the future. He still said, I still got more for you. It was almost like I wept because it was like, whoa, I'm at this devastating fall, but he still reassured me, no, this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it for you. You will persevere. You will be able to do exactly what it is I told you to do now because you're in obedience, because you're not disobeying me. Because sometimes we choose partners, we marry people, we befriend people that God never even told us to. So sometimes, and I'm not saying that, I'm not negating that those people are wonderful people, but sometimes God doesn't say things that we do, and we do things just off of the rim. So getting back to preparation, he literally told me to prepare to number one for ministry. I'm like, okay. I definitely, I've always seen people that minister, and I had a heart for pastors. I'm just like, Lord, they go through a lot. You know what I mean? I don't know exactly where he's taking me in ministry, but he told me to prepare for ministry. Then he told me to prepare for flights. And then I started getting prophecies, you're about to take flights, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, flights? What are these people talking about? Right? And so I started also just having dreams and visions of me just being on stages, y'all. And God, And I even had a dream and I'm gonna be very transparent with y'all. I also had a dream of a man. And so in that devastating place, God still showed me promises. He still gave me hope. He still allowed me to see that it wasn't over. Back to preparation. So preparation is the action or process of making ready or being ready for use or consideration. I'm going to say that one more time. The action of process of making ready or being made ready for use or consideration. We got to pause right there because a lot of times we be thinking like, oh, what am I going to do? Like, God, like, prepare. You asking me for this great friend, but are you a good one? Are you a friend? You asking me for this man, this king, but could you rise up to this king? What are you offering him? What are you offering this friend? What are you offering your mindset? What are you offering the ministry? What are you offering? If you can't get prepared for what's called to you for use or consideration, how would you ever, if you can't be prepared for use or consideration, you got to be prepared to be used. You literally have to be prepared to be considered. If you're walking a life of just doing without preparing, you're walking a devastating life because you prepare for everything. Say for instance, I do hair, right? Before I do hair, I have to prepare like this braiding rack. I have to put the hair on the braiding rack so that it won't take me a huge amount of time to finish the work, right? Let's say, for instance, you're cooking. You have to prepare your food. You have to marinate the food. You have to season the food. You have to, get the grease ready. It's so many things that you have to do when preparing. Preparation literally is a way of life. It's the way of life. And if you don't know how to prepare for life, you will be devastated. You will be devastated. It'd be like, okay, like I thought that I was ready, God. No, but how you think you're ready if you never prepared? I'm not fussing. Okay. Being organized in every area of your life. How does that look? So for instance, like I remember when I was a person that just went with the flow, right? I was just like a person wake up and just go on with life. I didn't have like a schedule. I didn't have like a direct structure of how was I going to do things or anything like that. I just literally would just wake up and just because I've seen it. Like you do things as you were taught, or you do things as you were as it was seen to you. You do things like you just stay in that generational thing where you don't cut it out, but it's time to cut it out. So I cut it out and I was just like, okay, God gave me this. It wasn't a schedule because I think what God do is he when he allows you to prepare, he wants you to manage things, right? But he don't want you to just fully get into that management that he can't interrupt or disrupt it. So I do believe that God gives you schedules. God gives you time management. God gives you things to prepare, but he don't want you to get wrapped up in that thing and create it as a God. That's not what he wants you to do. What he wants you to do is he wants you to prepare. He wants you to know that you need to prepare. However, he do want you to continue to make space for disruption because disruption comes. It just does. So with that being said, managing your well-being, a lot of us are, we complain. Your well-being is not just like you're fat or skinny. Your well-being is also mental health. Your well-being is also financial wealth, your, financial stability. When I tell y'all that devastating stuff, y'all, I know I'm getting thrown off a little bit, just a little bit, but it's okay because God is instructing my podcast. Okay. But I remember I was a woman that had money. Oof. Quit playing with me. I was giving my friends know. I used to have money, y'all. Life literally happened to me. And I'm like, God, now what am I supposed to, but he's still with this little bit. He like, I'm testing you with this little bit because you had the money and you was giving it to the wrong people. You was giving it to the wrong, and I don't know who this for because this was random. This might be for somebody. You was giving it to the wrong people. You was investing it into the wrong things. God didn't tell you to do that. So at that moment, y'all, I was like, dang, God, so what are you doing? So he showed me like money. Like, I'm not like, y'all, I'm sorry. Y'all just sneaking, peeking in where God, but he showed me where I was about to go with money. And I'm like, dang, really? Like, I'm interested. But he told me sometimes, y'all, you have to be in a season to where God gets you all the way low, not low to the point of no return, but some people have to experience that low place. Because when you go to where God is preparing you to go to, you're able to speak to all realms. You're able to speak to the realm of being broke. You're able to speak to the realm of being a single mother. You're able to speak to the realm of marriage. You're able to speak to a realm of a new marriage. You're able to speak to a realm of so many things. And God literally is just showing us, no, you can make it out. You can make it out. You can make it out, but I want you to prepare. I want you to prepare and don't, because a lot of times, y'all, what I've noticed is we stay stuck in defeat. It's like once that defeat take over us, it's like nothing can get us out of that defeat because we're just stuck in it because it looks like this look crazy to me. Like, well, I ain't never not had some money. I ain't never not had $500 on top of the money I did have or more. Me? Never. But in this space that I'm in now, I'm a single mom. So now it's like, even though, and I'm not, one thing I got to stop doing, and everybody needs to stop doing this. No, we're not a single mom. We are kingdom's kids. We are kingdom's kids. We are not, and I have to say, I got to continue to say things. We are not to speak of what the world is calling us to be. That's not who you are. You are not a single mother. No, you're not. Although it looks like this is what you is. You're not that. You're a kingdom kid. It's God, and God is providing a way for you. But in preparation, in obedience, we can't be disobedient. We can't think that we can do things our way and not God's way because it's not going to work. We have to stay on the course that God wants us to say. Like I said, this podcast theme from God. So like I said, guys, you have to just continue to be and do what God wants you to do. Again, back to preparing. Taking care of your health. You got to take care of your health because where God is taking you is way. You got to take care of your health. And your health, not just, okay, I'm going to see my primary care physician. Yes, you also take care of your wealth in the way of your teeth, in the way of your eyes, in the way of your face. You take care of your health in every area of your life. You are going to take care of every single thing in your life to prepare for what you're asking God for, and even to prepare for where God wants you to be. I know where I was at, y'all. You can't stay stuck in devastation. Devastation hurts, y'all. It harms us. But you can't stay stuck there. That's why when you prepare for things that's greater, when you prepare for things that God is calling, when I start seeing in my dream stages, and I started seeing in my dreams like me speaking places, and then different people started coming to tell me about it. And then my pastor, he was like, "You a prophet, you're powerful, blah blah blah." I was in this devastated mindset, and God just sent things and people to just continue to speak. And now I gotta rise to that person. Now you right there, you gotta rise to that person. You have to rise to who God called you to be. You got to rise there. You got to rise there, sister. You got to rise there, brother, because there's no way that God wants you to, he wants you to stay at a devastating place. He don't want you to stay there, but it takes obedience and it takes preparation. He don't want you to stay in a place of defeat. No, he wants a great life for you. And the way he's going to get a great life for you, not with you being strict with yourself, but you preparing, but also leaving room so that you can still be a human. He don't want you to be on a strict, like, oh, I got to do this. I got to do it. No, he wants you to prepare, but he don't want you to be like, so structure, but find space in your structure for things to go. And then building skills. Building a skill, y'all, my people, we have to build a skill. We have to build a skill. So what does that look like? So say, for instance, you know that you're called to HVAC or whatever. You got to go to school or take up a trade in HVAC. If you know you called to marketing, you have to read marketing books. You have to get on the marketing gram. You have to do exactly what it is you need to do so that once these people start coming to you, you will know exactly what to do, how to do it, how much time it'll take, because you've been practicing. Because you've been practicing and because you've been preparing. Preparation, y'all, is so essential. Preparation is essential. It's essential. It's essential. Okay. And then you have to plan ahead. Planning ahead. And I think with that one, what's so crazy is sometimes God tell me stuff to write stuff down. And I'm not being a contradictor, but you want to use planning ahead in a very strategic way, because it could look like you planning ahead and you're trying to get above where God wants you to be. So I don't want you to get that confused. I want you to plan ahead, write the vision down and make it plain as it says in the Bible. As you pray with God, he'll show you the vision, right? He'll give you the plan on what you're supposed to do. It'll just work. And when it just work is God. My pastor say something that's vital. He say, when it's God, it just work. You ain't got to work it. It just work. So with that being said, planning ahead can be this: setting goals and breaking them into steps. So say, for instance, if you are a financial person and you want to get financial stuff, you taking steps, but you're not beating up on yourself, but you taking steps. If you want to be a hairstylist, you take steps, you go to school, or you enter like a apprenticeship, or you do things that you need to do so that you can be involved and so that you can do exactly what it is you need to do with that. Managing your time, your money, and your energy wisely. Well, the reason why we have to manage our time wisely is because sometimes we can get off course. Not saying that you can't hang out with your friends, because I don't think, like I said, that God made your life for you to just be like this. That's not what he done. No, you have to balance it, and you have to make time for this, a time slot for that, and a time slot for this. He don't want you to just be this. No. He wants you to make time for it all. So what I'm saying is, managing your time may be, okay, I have 3 hours in this day to hang out with you. And then I have to go back home to take care of everything that I need to take care of. Or managing your money. Managing your money can look like this. So if you get paid every single week and you make $700, you are putting away $500 and you have $200 to budget throughout that week. Or your energy, y'all. Managing your energy is key, because we don't want to. Sometimes we get around people that drain us, and it's like, once you feel that drain, babe, it's time to go. Then it says anticipating challenges and staying ready. Anticipating challenges and staying ready. So what we got to understand is, trials and tribulations come. No matter how saved you are, no matter how much money you have, no matter how much nothing. Challenges and They come. They come, but you just got to stay ready. Even if you have a death in your family or something like that, right? And it's a special person. Even when grief comes, you just still got to stay ready for life. Because we know that we are geared to these things. Even when a baby, a surprise baby, come, you still got to be ready. You still got to be everything that God called you to be. You still got to go forth and be great because God called you to be great. Stop playing with yourself. He called you to be great. He called you to be anointed. He called you to be appointed. He called you to be the best wife. He called you to be the best friend. He called you to be the best mother. He called you to be the best father. He called you to be the best daughter. He called you to be the best sister. He called you to be the best every single employee. He called you to be the best entrepreneur. Every single thing you do, you ought to do it with your best foot forward. You got to. You need to plan to do so because you are attached to it. Anything that you do should be great because first of all, God is attached to it and your name is. That's just the nugget. So choosing actions that benefit you tomorrow. So you got to choose actions that benefit you tomorrow. So what does that look like? For instance, right? We can go through something or we can have an argument or something like that, right? With somebody. And you ready to snap. You're not even thinking about your tomorrow. You're not thinking about what's attached to you. You're not thinking about what God called you to be. All them promises and everything just slipping out the way. No, you have to choose today. Just stay integral. Be integral about every single move you make. And with that being said, integrity is when nobody's looking, are you still being you? When nobody's looking, are you still perfecting? Are you still praying? Are you still interceding? Are you still being you? Are you still being that a cheerful person? Are you still being that person that wants to see somebody else win? Are you still being somebody that God called you to be? Are you still being? Because if you're not, you're a fake. And that's not good. You're supposed to be in every room who you just are. That's how authenticity shows up. When you just always authentic and you ain't switching up every room. I remember somebody said, like, I used to just switch up all the rooms. When I go in different rooms, I'm just a different person. That told me everything about what I need to know. Why? Why do you have to be a different person in every single room? That has to be hard. It has to be hard because there's no way I'm about to switch myself in rooms. No, that means them rooms not for me. Them rooms are not for me if I have to switch every single time I go into a different room. I gotta switch who I am. No, I'm authentic in every place I go. Hi, how y'all doing? I love y'all. But if this room ain't for me, I gotta go. And y'all, we need to prepare for rooms that we never imagined we could even walk in. I just heard that. Prepare for rooms that you never believed you can walk in. Dress for the occasion. Oof. Dress for you better step in that room like if you going to the grocery store and you know that God called you to be, because one thing we got to know is God literally shows up wherever. He's literally omnipresent. He's everywhere. That's what that means. And when I tell you he can show up in a gas station, I need you to prepare with the intentionality of you going to a different level. I need you to prepare for destiny. I need you to prepare for every single thing. Even prepare for the low days. With that being said, when you prepare for the low days, you're prayed up. So, and you remember the promises that God made you. That's why you can believe. That's why you can go forth and be great. Because God told me I'm going to be this person. So there's no way because I'm getting evicted, I'm going to feel this way. There's no way because I lost this car, I'm going to feel this way. No, I'm going to believe in the promises of the Lord. It's yes and amen. So all this stuff is going to work together for the good because I'm called according to his purpose. I'm called according to his purpose. So he's just literally preparing me for where I'm going. Even with this podcast, I think God is doing this podcast for me and seeing if I can actually do the things that he want me to do and be very, very strategic in the way he want me to be, even with timing, even with this, even with that. He wants to see if I'm going to steward this place. Would you steward being at home, doing a podcast for 30 minutes? And still be dedicated to it, still put your even when you tired, even when it's not your day, would you still go forth and be great? Would you, I'm testing you. I'm testing you to see if you're still going to be every single thing you said you are, and also what I called you to be. Are you still going to be that person? Yes, God, I'll obey. Like I told y'all before in friendships, I'm surrendered to God. All I got for anybody is the oil. That's all I can offer. But let me tell you, it's priceless. It's priceless. It's priceless. So I'm not negating the fact all I got is my oil because that's all I need. That's all I need is my oil. That's what makes me me. That's what makes you you. The oil of God, when you get in God, I'm trying to tell y'all, when you get in God, God literally spin a block for you. Oh, okay. They ain't want to, okay. You ain't want, that's fine. I told this person to do this, but they ain't do it. Okay, got another one. He loves us so much. He don't play with us. He don't play about us. He loves us. And there's no way that we should think otherwise. Practice. Practice is the next thing. Practice. Go in the mirror and be like today. I was in the car and God told me I want to switch it up. I want to switch things up. I want you to testify. I want you to say things that you've gone through and I want you to give you. And I said, okay, God. Okay, chill out. Sometimes it be like, okay, God, chill out. Okay, I got you. No. But practice. I literally was practicing. I'm like, yeah, because preparation is this and preparation is that. You know, you got to prepare to do this. I was practicing I believe that you just got to practice. Sometimes you got to practice. So, because practice make perfect. And even if you're not perfect, practice mature. It makes you mature. It makes you, be able to do. I think this was so effortlessly. This podcast today was effortlessly because I included God. I prayed before I got on, and now I'm just talking to you guys, and I just feel so amazing. Build in your place of rest. So what that pretty much means to me is even when God has you at a still place, even when God is saying you're here and you're at this still place, but I'm talking to you, but you got to build right here. You got to build in this still place. You got to continue to build. And what that mean is get on a podcast every Saturday. It don't matter if you just started this. It don't matter if you just started this trucking company. It don't matter if you started this cleaning business. It don't matter if you just started. While you're still seated, while you still seated and while you still, you don't know what's going on. Oh, hallelujah, God. Thank you, Jesus. You don't know what's going on, but Jesus, you don't know. The knowing is not, you can't figure out what's going on, but God is still talking to you to produce. Produce on this off season. Produce, because all I got to do is blow again. All I got to do is blow. So build in your place of rest. Write it down. God, I hear you speaking something. Let me write this down, but let me also prepare by getting this book. Let me also prepare by enrolling in school. Let me also prepare by getting my credit together. Let me also, God, you said that I was going to be a millionaire. Let me steward this money. And a lot of times stewardship is also preparation. God wants you to steward things that he placed in your hand because he's allowing your hand to touch things that you thought you could never touch. It's like, whoa. You getting in these rooms and people believing in you and they like, you like, whoa, this is for real because it exists. Last thing is prepare to become more valuable. And I made this the last thing because preparing to become more valuable in every space of your life. You want to become a high ticket. You want to become a high ticket. What that means is you want to become something that's so expensive. Nobody can touch it but who's called to touch it. Nobody can touch it but who's orchestrated to touch it. Nobody can touch it. Nobody can touch it because you're a high ticket. Sometimes people want to go out and they want to date and they want to do things and they just want to do things their way. No, God is saying be still and know that I am God. But prepare while you're being still. That's why he said build in the place of rest. Build there. Build yourself up. Build your space up. Build your closet up. Build your money up. Build every area of your life that you see is lacking up. Build it up. I'm talking to y'all. Hallelujah. I'm talking to y'all. And I believe that God is going to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or think about. And why? Because it takes obedience and preparation. Obedience and preparation goes hand in hand. Once you hear what God tells you to do, or once you hear what God instructed you to be in the earth, you just got to follow suit. So I love y'all. We going to bring this to the end. I love y'all. And I want you guys to subscribe to the channel because do it because you want to. Not because I'm telling you to, but do it because your spirit is like, oh no, I need to listen to her every time she come on here. Subscribe to the channel. I love y'all. Mwah.